Hello children, and welcome back to your Fun with English lesson. Have you been revising all the topics we have done so far? What was the last topic we did? Correct. We were learning about gender, but today we will not continue with this topic. Today we will learn something new. So are you ready to get started? Great. Let's see what are we going to talk about today. Children, have you noticed these columns in the newspaper? Do you ever go through newspapers? Which is your favorite section? Is it the comic strips? Well, just beside the comic strips, we often find these puzzles. Do you know what are these? Can you make any order out of this? Does it make sense? Yes. These words are not in order. They are all jumbled up. And that is our lesson for today. We will learn about jumbled words. Let us see what all are we going to discuss under this topic. At the end of this lesson, you will know and be able to describe what are jumbled words. You will be able to solve shorter jumbled words yourself. And you will also be able to design a jumble yourself. Now that you have an idea about what jumbled words are, let us consider why do we need these. Unscrambling words helps you to keep your brain active. It increases your vocabulary. It also helps you improve your spellings. It boosts memory. That means your memory becomes better because you are thinking about the correct word. It is also engaging and fun. You can play these with your family and friends and have a good time at it. Time for an example. Let me see if you can unscramble words by yourself. For this, I have taken a story you already know, so that you can guess the word which will come in the correct place. Here is my story. One day, a thirsty dash flew all over the fields looking for Dash. For a long time, he could not find any. So children, could you guess the story? Yes, it is about a bird, isn't it? As you can see from the picture given here. Now let us go word by word and try to solve the jumble. One day, and the three-letter word has T, H and O. We know in this order the word doesn't make sense. What about OTH or OHT? Does the word make any sense? No. But yes, HOT does. When we put it together, what does that sound like? Right, one hot day. A thirsty dash. Now you very well know the story. Which bird is this? Yes. And how do we spell it? C-R-O-W, crow. You can see the jumbled words here have all the letters, but we have to rearrange them and put it in the right order. And what was the thirsty crow looking for? Yes, Look at the letters here. What should it spell as? You are right. Water. W-A-T-E-R. Water. He felt very dash and almost lost all hope. Suddenly, he dash a dash of water below a dash. He flew straight dash to see if there was any water inside. How do you feel when you are tired and hungry or thirsty? Yes, you will feel weak. Look at the letters given here. Do you know how to spell weak? W-E-A-K. Weak. Very good. Suddenly, and there is a three-letter word. S-W-A. If I swap the letters, it can become was. But do you think he was something to do with water? No. He saw. And what did he see? G-U-J. Can you make something out of that word? Yes, it's a jug of water. Below a... Where can the jug of water be kept? Yes, it was just below a tree. He flew straight down. You can see the four-letter word given here. To see if there was any water inside. Do you know what happens in the story after this, children? Let us read to find out. Dash. He could see some water. Dash the jug. The crow tried to dash his dash into the jug. Can you make sense of this paragraph? Not quite. I think we have to start rearranging soon. What is the first word? Can you guess? Yes, it has three letters. And it is yes. Yes, he could see some water dash the jug. Where do you think the water was? Yes, it was inside the jug. Can you spell inside with me? I-N-S-I-D-E. Very good. The crow tried to dash his dash. So, what about S-H-U-P? Do you know what will happen if we rearrange the letters to make a more sensible word? Yes, push. P-U-S-H. Which part of the body do you think the crow was trying to put into the jug? Yes, his head. The crow tried to push his head into the jug. Sadly, he found that the dash of the jug was too narrow. Then he tried to tilt the jug for the water to dash out. But the jug was too dash. Did you think about the solutions? Could you guess these words? Let us read the paragraph again and solve these jumbles. Sadly, he found... Which part of the jug are we talking about? Yes, the neck of the jug was too narrow. Then he tried to tilt the jug for the water to dash out. What happens to water? There are four letters here. W-O-F-L. If I play with the letters, I can come out with wolf. But that doesn't make sense here. I also come up with fowl. But that also doesn't make sense here. when I am talking about water, which word should fit in? Yes, it is flow. Flow. But the jug was too heavy. 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 So the crow could not get to the water. And I'm sure you know how the story ends. But let us read ahead anyway. The crow thought, dash for a while. Then, looking around, he saw some dash. He suddenly had a good dash. So what do you think? What kind of thinking was the crow doing? Yes, he thought hard for a while. Can you spell hard for me? H-A-R-D. That is correct. And if you remember the story, what was he throwing inside the water? Yes, it was pebbles. Do you know the spelling of pebbles? P-E-B-B-L-E-S. And he had a good dash. It starts with an I. Can you guess? Yes, it's an idea. He had a good idea. And I'm pretty sure you know what his idea was. He started picking up the pebbles one by one, dropping dash into the jug. So if he was picking them one by one, he was dropping them one at a time. So what is another word for one? Yes, each. And how do we spell that? E-A-C-H. Very good. As more and more pebbles dashed the jug, the water dash kept rising. So the pebbles, what was the crow doing? The crow was putting it inside the jug. And the pebbles filled the jug. F-I-L-L-E-D, filled. And the water level kept rising. L-E-V-E-L, level. So that is how the water level was rising. As the crow dropped the pebbles, the water came up. Soon it was high enough for the crow to drink. His plan had worked. Now children, I'm sure you know the moral of the story. What do you think is the moral? What did you learn from the story? Right. One such moral is think and work hard. You may find solutions to any problem. And the same applies for jumbled words as well. If you think hard and work at it, you will be able to solve the jumbled words. Did you have fun reading the story? You can go back and read it again and see if you can solve all the jumbled words by yourself. Now let us think about an activity. You have to make word jumbles with the names of all the birds you have learned in your EVS lesson and ask your family members to decode it. Do you think your family members will be able to guess the names of the birds? Well, there's no harm in trying. Go on, write the words down, and you can always give clues by maybe drawing a certain part of the bird's body, like a special beak, or certain kinds of feathers, or long legs, or webbed feet. Can you guess which birds am I talking about? Well, if you can, maybe your family members also will be able to guess. So try out the game with all the members of your family. Tell me, children, Did you have fun in today's class while learning about jumbled words? I sure had a lot of fun planning for the lesson. I want you to try and look for more word jumbles. It might be in your newspaper or online, and try and solve these yourself. And as I said, you can always create your own jumble. Thank you for being good listeners, and until next time, take care and stay well.